Let's Eat segment of the Michael Brown Show. So turn my microphone on.
Oh, you didn't have your microphone on.
Apparently not. I've done that twice now. I've done that twice now this week.
And how long have you been doing this, Mr.
Oh, I don't
Brown?
know. 10 plus years. One of these days I'll learn how to do this.
What is the thought process when you don't turn on your microphone?
It's my theory. It's my theory that you truly cannot genuinely multitask.
Okay.
So I'm looking at not Kate's website, but I'm looking at the website for the company, thinking about the first question that I want to ask. So I'm strolling through, and I've got my finger over here, and I look down and I notice something that threw me off.
Shiny object?
Yeah, shiny
Squirrel.
object on the website that threw me off, and I just started talking and realized I hadn't hit the button. Go ahead, Kate. You got nothing. Kate's got nothing. Kate's got nothing.
I can multitask, so I've got nothing.
Oh, you can't.
Oh, I can.
You can't.
Most women
See,
can,
my
I
theory
believe.
is everybody thinks we can, but while you're doing that one thing,
You're actually missing something.
you're actually missing something else.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
No, I think you're wrong. I think people can multitask.
Well, I can talk to you right now and reach over here, and I can change the volume on my microphone.
Right.
I can do little things like that.
Like Angie. Angie multitasks all the time. She's running the show. She's listening to you. She's talking to listeners. She's doing the Facebook thing.
But turning the microphone up and down is a mindless endeavor.
But it is a task.
It is a task. Right. It is a task. Okay. All right. All right. I don't think you can do two things well.
I can't
at the
do
same time.
4 things at once.
Okay.
That's my
All right, so you women women are superior. I
We
get
are.
it. I get it. So that's fine. All right, let's cut to the chase. Denver Central Market.
Yes.
You
My
are the
favorite place
operations
in the
manager.
world.
Operations manager, right?
Operations director. but
Operations
it doesn't
director,
matter.
Denver Central Market. So, Lori Lynn, which she will freely admit, I think has patronized every single person, business,
vendor.
whatever, vendor in the Denver Central Market. I, on the other hand, couldn't find it today if I had to.
You have to get up north once in a while.
So I've got to get out of the stick sometime and get up to the cool part of town, which I'll try to do. But for those who've never been there, which you have to admit, there's probably more people who haven't been there than have been there.
There are probably a few.
Right. Tell us what the Denver Central Market is.
So we are a gourmet market and food hall in the center of Rhino. We're at 27th and Larimer Street. Opened just over 2 years ago to serve as a community hub and marketplace. So I have 11 different vendors in the market.
So I'm trying to picture 27th and Larimer. So you are east of the ballpark,
Just a little bit, and north of the ballpark.
north.
And
right.
it's kind of across the street from the VOA.
Yep. It's
Okay.
right across the street
Now,
from
is
the
this
VOA.
an old building that's been converted, or
It is an
this...
old building. It's from 1928. It's the H.H. Tamman building, built by a gentleman who started a curio company. He made little souvenirs and curiosities
for all the tourists coming into
Old West.
Colorado?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you take it over?
So the owner of the Denver Central Market has actually owned the building close to 15 years, possibly more, and has had various tenants in there. An architectural company, or an architectural salvage company for some time, and then a high-end motorsports car company was there right before the market. And then when he decided to develop it as a market, the car company moved out, and we started demo and redeveloping.
What was the triggering mechanism? Like what in his mind said, okay, this tenant's going out. I have a vision for a marketplace. What's that story?
You pretty much nailed it. So he has lived in the neighborhood for a very long time, in Rhino, for 20 years. Loves the neighborhood. There is no market, or was no market then. So he was inspired to add something, a nice market for people who are moving into the neighborhood. It's not a highly residential area, or certainly wasn't until fairly recently. But certainly a nice gathering place with lots of very cool and interesting businesses, lots of local artists, and to give them somewhere to gather, buy groceries and nice food.
So, and pardon if this analogy doesn't fit exactly, but I envision it like a one of these spa salons or a barber shop where somebody owns the building, but they lease out the chairs or the spaces to the individual stylists or barbers or whatever. Is that the case? Is that the business model that he operates on here?
It is, to a certain degree. We did select our vendors very carefully so that they were actually a cohesive group of people who love working together. And the intention is that they all stay for as long as possible rather than rotating out. So it was intended to function individually from a chef's point of view, but very cohesively and together from a customer's point of view.
So when and again, I'm not going to multitask here, but when I look at by the way, the website is denvercentralmarket.com, denvercentralmarket.com. When I look on, this reminds me of, you go to Florence, some places in Rome, they'll have these old marketplaces, and they're these gigantic old buildings, 2 or 3 stories. And then there will be all these different restaurants, meat markets and everything that are all around that you go through. And then in this, where, depending if you might have a place to sit inside a restaurant, or it might be a place where they only serve you at the counter, and then you go sit at chairs and tables that are kind of in a public area in the middle.
It's absolutely correct.
Union Station, Washington, D.C., same kind of thing.
It's modeled, the markets that are in Colorado are mostly mostly created after the markets that are in New York and Los Angeles. We were very attracted to the Union, to Grand Central Station in Los Angeles.
All right. So
that was our biggest attraction. So, and those are all modeled after European markets.
Right. Okay.
So the model of the European markets moving to America, and they've been, Grand Central's been in LA for 100 years.
Right.
So it's not a new concept at all.
Right.
There is a wonderful market in Philly that he also was a huge fan of. So we sort of.
Is it the one at the train station?
That, I haven't had the chance to go, so I don't know.
Okay.
And it kind of reminds me of the Ferry Building in San Francisco. That is similar concept where you can go grocery shopping, but you can also just stay there and eat a meal, or you can do both, which I've done before. Eat a meal, bring food home to fix later.
Yep.
So if you had to, I don't know whether this is a fair question or not, but this is what we do. I ask questions. If you had to define your market area where you draw most of your customers from, is it 50% from Rhino? Is it 75% from Rhino? I mean, you joke about me. I need to get uptown. So, I need to get up there sometime and get out of the sticks. How many people, for example, from Douglas County or Boulder actually make the trip? Is it a destination place?
It's both.
Okay.
So it depends on the day of the week.
That's interesting. Why is that?
Weekdays and certainly lunches, there's a large percentage of Rhino in downtown that come in. On the weekends, everything from tourists from out of state and out of the country, straight through to other Rhino residents, to Boulder, Aurora, everywhere. So it's all over the map.
And this again might be an unfair question, because this is like telling me which is your favorite child. But when you say, like, for people coming, maybe people going skiing, they're headed up to the mountains, and they hear about Denver Central Market. What would attract someone that's, flown in from Dallas or Houston or somewhere, and they're headed to Vail or Aspen or, I don't care, A-Basin? Hold that thought. But the question is, why would they stop at Denver Central Market? All right?
Okay.
Hang on. We're talking to Kate Kaufman, the operations director from Denver Central Market.
It's okay, my boss can't ever get it right either.
Okay, good. We'll be right back. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the Let's Eat segment of the Michael Brown Show. We're talking to Kate Kaufman, the operations director. See, after a segment, I finally got it right. The Denver Central Market, denvercentralmarket.com. So I was asking you, Kate, before we went to the break, because you talked about how, like, depending on the day of the week, your market area expands and contracts. So somebody flies in from Houston, they're going to go to A-Basin or Eldora or I don't care, Aspen or wherever. Why would they stop at Denver Central Market?
Ice cream.
Ice cream would be huge. So there is such a nice collection of vendors. If you come in with a family of 4 and you're one person,
the kids are grasping for
the kids want this, I want a burger, I want pizza, I want ice cream, oh, I need a salad, whatever, they can get that. Yeah. And that's for any occasion. People can get whatever they want. They're not pigeonholed into one menu, so it's very easy to have a large group or even a medium-sized group that can't decide what they want, and so they go. And if they're headed up to mountains, it's real easy for them to come in. They've flown in, they're hungry, they get a bite, they provision themselves for their trip, for their condo up in Vail, and they drive up and they're set.
See, this is the mistake that I had in my head about the market, and I hate to confess this to you. Maybe I wasn't listening to you closely.
What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that?
Shock.
I always thought Lori Lynn went solely to eat.
Oh no, I actually go to the fish market because I will say this, it's one of the best fish markets in Denver. Yeah. And I've tried several of them, and we always go back to the one at the Denver Central Market. Prices are good. The fish is fresh. It's sushi grade because it does provide sushi or fish to other restaurants in the area. So
on a hot day, I can buy it, throw it in the trunk, and drive all the way back.
No, sure.
Right?
Actually, they do it really nice up for you. They'll put ice in it, and they package it correctly because I live like 20-25 minutes from the market, so it gets me home.
So what are
and bread
in that category of places where you can actually buy buy food?
Provisions.
Provisions. Yeah, that's a good word. Buy provisions. Yep. What are the options? What are the choices?
Everything.
Well, all of them. So all 11 vendors serve food in the market, and they all sell something to take home. It was one of the tenets of us gathering these people because it is primarily
that's a requirement.
It's a requirement.
You have to do both.
It is absolutely a requirement. Because they're primarily chefs. Andrea Fritzi has our pizza place, and he also has Il Posto. So he's very chef-driven. So him bringing in the aspect of retail was new, not to him specifically, but to the concept of a chef bringing in retail is sort of new. Same with the fish. You know, it was Jeff Osaka, who is now actually partnered with Andrea as well in the fish market. Jeff Osaka is a fabulously successful chef. He has 5 restaurants, but he also adds in that retail aspect and sells fish retail. My chocolate shop, you can buy a truffle there. You can buy a chocolate bar. Izzy's Bakery has a lovely breakfast menu, some nice lunch things. You can also buy all their breads and baked goods.
Amazing cupcakes.
Everybody.
The best cupcakes in Denver. I'm not making this up. I made my husband stop last week after the sorry Rockies loss, and we stopped and got the cupcakes because I was sad.
So when you what else is your favorite?
Ice cream. I'm not kidding. Well, our good friend Erica from High Point.
Yep.
Oh, High Point.
It's High Point.
It's High Point Creamery is in there, and it was her second shop.
Okay.
And
now
the
she has
pizza's
3.
amazing.
Right.
So.
You can get an amazing pizza.
Yep. And the butcher is probably...
The meatball sandwich is pretty insane.
Yes, and not that I would pick a favorite. I certainly would never do that anywhere where it's recorded. But the butcher has really amazing product, and he sells beautiful meat there, and I actually don't buy meat anywhere else.
So are you 100% at capacity?
Mm-hmm. We are.
I'm curious when, as you were growing the business and filling the marketplace out, so you approach chefs who have been doing other things, and you said, now here's a chance for you to not only show your culinary expertise, but to actually sell the products that you either make yourself to use in your culinary expertise, or to bring in the products that you use. How many of them were? I mean, was there a reticence? Was there a reluctance to do that on some of them? I mean, I think that would be like stepping out of their comfort zone.
It is a little bit. So retail is definitely outside of a chef's comfort zone.
Yeah.
And a learning experience for a lot of them, but they all do it really well. And really, we wanted the food to be so fantastic that was the core and the drive of it. Jeff Osaka was one of the developers in the market, and his connection to the chef world definitely played a gigantic part to getting the quality of chefs we got.
So going back to the owner and his vision of doing this, did he already have ties to the food industry that made him?
Yes.
Okay.
He's done a lot of different things in his life, and one of them is he owns properties and has had tenants that are restaurants for a long time.
Oh,
Jeff
okay.
Osaka being one of them.
Okay.
So that's where they made the connection. He also just really loves great food, so he eats out a lot and gets to know the people who he eats with.
Yeah.
And I've actually been at the fish market, and he's actually served us. Like we've gone on a Saturday night or something late, and he'll be behind the raw bar, and the fish is insane. It's very good.
So what all? So I hate to keep harping on this, but you have to do it in radio. What all? And I suppose I could go on and look. You got the vendors listed over here.
Yep. No, I'm happy to go through them now.
Yeah. Go through it.
I have to do it in order of the market though, because otherwise I'll leave somebody out, and then they will be so mad at me.
So I've got it pulled up. So this will be a test.
Okay.
All right. Here you go.
And I do the same thing. Okay, so you go here, then you
start.
go here. Yeah.
So Crema, Crema Bodega is my coffee shop. That's Noah Price, who also owns Crema, the original one, just a couple blocks away. Fantastic, lovely human, and runs a wonderful business, as his crew is outstanding. Fantastic coffee.
Yeah.
High Point Creamery, which, as you said, is Erica, and her husband Chad, have beautiful ice cream. They hand make everything in their ice cream. They bake their cookies. They make a pumpkin pie to put in their pumpkin.
By the way, you can go
spice
back
ice
and
cream.
tell Erica
So.
that I told you that she's crazy.
She's a little crazy.
She's utterly crazy, which is why we love her.
I love Erica.
But Eric is
She is crazy.
absolutely off the wall crazy.
And I just had her pumpkin pie 2 weeks ago. Oh,
It's such a great ice cream.
Okay, I'm going to continue.
Okay, I'm going to continue going.
All right.
So then we have.
We got to take a break.
Okay.
Take a break. Come back. But get your list out. Be right back.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes
Hey, happy Friday and welcome back to Let's Eat Second, the Michael Brown Show. Lori Lynn's in the studio as always tonight. And we have Kate Kaufman from the Denver Central Market, denvercentralmarket.com. And Kate, you were just starting to go through the vendors, and you had done Crema, the Crema Bodega, the coffee, High Point Creamery, the ice cream.
Yep.
And so what else is there?
And then we have Izia Bakery, which is partnered with a beautiful pastry chef who's been around town for quite some time, Yasmin. And they have absolutely beautiful baked goods, as well as a menu of some breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. So that's outstanding.
and cupcakes.
And beautiful cupcakes.
Beautiful.
All sorts of lovely pastries. Then we have Temper Chocolates. They hand make their bonbons there. We have a beautiful chocolatier in there. She does outstanding work. Very unusual, very crazy flavors of handmade bonbons.
And you can watch every once in a while.
She tempers
they
it
make
right.
them.
She tempers it right in front of
everything.
everybody, which is pretty cool. Then we have Taman's Fish Market, where they have a great menu, an upcoming oyster bar to be added very soon. They do have oysters now, but they're going to do a full oyster bar soon. The local butcher, who is a fantastic young face on the scene of food, and probably one of the best butchers I've ever seen.
And that
It's
is the name
fantastic.
of the shop.
It's the local
just
butcher.
look
Butcher.
it up.
Okay.
The local butcher.
the
Kind of like my brother's bar. People go, oh, I
Yeah.
do.
No,
Yeah,
obviously,
so-
yeah, no. Then we have Green Seed Market, which is our produce area. Sells lovely produce. They make fantastic bowls, salads, acai bowls, smoothies. Amazingly great place. We have SK Provisions, which is our rotisserie and grill, and that is run and operated by Sean Kelly, who has been a Denver chef forever,
And the best French fries ever.
and he serves amazingly beautiful rotisserie.
It
food.
is, yes. Their food is
It's really good.
amazing. And it's in the back, so I think a lot of people don't get back in there sometimes. And the food is amazing back at SK.
It's wonderful. And then we have Vero Pizza and Pasta, which, as I mentioned, is operated by Andrea Frizzi, who also owns El Posto. So he has a nice little pizza spot there. And then we have Culture Meat and Cheese, which is Justin Brunson, who owns Old Major and Masterpiece Deli, and is a fantastic chef, and is opening a
Well, I've eaten at Masterpiece Deli.
place.
Yeah, over across the highway. Yeah.
Yep. So it's fantastic. It's great to have him part of it. And then we have our bar. So Curio Bar is a beautiful central bar that you can actually get your cocktails and drink anywhere you like in the market as you walk around and shop and
So that
buy
saves
other
everybody
things.
else from having to have a liquor license.
Yep. Just have one. Just one bar, which is fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Now, this is an old fart question. but it's an important question. And you can give me the Chamber of Commerce answer, and that's fine. And then I'll ask you off air for the
What's wrong with
real
King
truth.
Soopers? I like King Soopers.
No, when I start this, you're going to know exactly why I'm asking this question. We typically, because we're so busy during the week, we meet friends that live Boulder, Longmont. We live down south. A lot of our friends live up north. And so we try to find places where we can meet. And we're also early eaters just because we have.
Because.
Yeah, because just because.
Okay.
And we're not even looking for the early bird specials. We're just looking to get there before thousands upon thousands of people
before
show
the
up.
crowds show up.
So my question to you is, for the next time the 4 or 6 of us want to go eat, how bad's it going to be on a Saturday?
It depends what time on Saturday.
What would you suggest? What would you suggest to the
I
old
would
fart?
I would suggest coming in before you're starving so that you have time to wait for somewhere to sit.
Oh, seriously?
It's really seating that.
Oh, it's the seating.
It's the seating that can be tricky.
Yeah.
We have a fairly decent sized communal seating
Right.
area. It's not big enough, which is lovely.
Well, that's
that
good.
it's
Right,
not big
that's
enough.
good. Yeah.
All of the vendors do have seats in front of their spaces as well, or at least most of them. So there's always the option of squeezing a couple seats in there.
Yeah.
We are very busy on Saturdays, really start to finish. There's a little lull piece in between 3 and 5.
Okay.
But don't let the seating scare you. I've never,
No, it's
I've
not-
never really had a problem finding a seat.
Yeah, I mean, it turns over quite quickly, so
Yeah.
it's not.
I think our objection is we hear about a great new restaurant, and I call to make a reservation or go on an open table, or I call the restaurant directly, and it's like, we can put you in at 9:30 at night, which if you're Italian, that's great. That's what you like to do.
Right.
Or we can put you in at 3:30 in the afternoon. Well, I may be an old fart, but I'm not
not
that
that
old. Right? I'm not that old. So I'm looking for something in between.
Yeah.
And I think it's the wait time that drives us nuts.
I don't think you'd have to wait.
You would
like
never
you
have to
said.
wait,
Never
and you
have
wouldn't
to
have to wait to get your food.
It's just finding the place to sit.
And even that's not. I mean, I say that because we're
Well, Lori,
mostly
listen,
full most of
yeah.
the time. But as Lori
But
Lynn says, you
good
can
turnout.
always find somewhere to be, or
Right.
someone's about to get up. Like I said, it's a fairly sizable common seating area.
Yeah.
And it's
Or I could
very
just go
central
stand over a
located.
table and just stare at them until they left.
Do you know who I am? Kick that table.
That
not
looks
always
good.
say-
That looks
Can I
good. Can I
taste
have a
that?
bite of that?
Can I taste that?
Exactly.
And I think it would be an interesting place to take a group of people because not everyone agrees on what they want to eat. And this way, everybody can have what they want.
Well, what
And we see it all the time.
yeah, I think you'll like this comment. What attracts me about it is the ability to not only have something really nice to eat, but the ability to then, you know what, that meat was really good, or that fish was really good. I want to take some of that home and grill it the next night or
Right.
something.
Yep.
That's my attraction. And then I'd have to go see her. I couldn't go.
I've never seen her at that store, but yeah,
She is there sometimes.
but times
We'll email her and tell her we're coming.
you're
Yeah,
coming.
she'll be there.
And then she won't be there.
She won't. That's right. Oh, you're coming. I won't be there. That's exactly
Mr.
right.
Brown's
That's
coming in,
exactly
not
right.
gonna
I'm not going to
happen.
be there. I'm not going to be.
And it's centrally located. Like you were saying earlier, a lot of people think, oh, it's in the middle of, it's hard to get to. Parking is good. There's no
It is-
parking. I've never had a problem.
It's one of those funny things where people, they comment frequently, oh, it's so hard to find parking. There is a gigantic Rockies parking garage on 27th and Walnut.
Oh, yeah,
That's a
right.
block and a half away from us.
Right.
Yeah.
And it always has space in it.
We used to walk a block in the
Street,
house.
street,
Oh my God.
street parking's available. It's not that difficult. We actually do have a lot right next to us as well.
Yeah.
on
And you
27th.
want to walk around that area because
fun.
that's where they have all the murals in the alleys.
Yep.
That was one of the first places
Yeah.
in Denver that did it. There's interesting shops there. There's art studios. There's great other restaurants there.
Absolutely.
Breweries, tons of breweries. There's a karaoke place you can go to.
Oh, that's you and I
It's-
should go do
It's
that.
a private karaoke bar.
You can get your own private
Their private room karaoke bar. It's awesome.
Okay, now we've gone full bore off the chart American
And
culture.
if you
when
want to,
have your
there's
own
like
private
I don't
karaoke
know if
room.
it's still there. Last time I was there, it was raining. So the spin, the exercise studio, did that leave?
It did. It moved up north to a warehouse.
Oh, That was kind of fun to watch.
It was
ice
fun.
cream and watch people do spinning.
Yep.
So I think you should go, Michael.
Well, actually, I'm thinking that when the usually sometime this evening, we start getting the email about what we're doing for dinner tomorrow night, and I'm probably going to suggest this.
And like the hours that you said are kind of
We don't have
low. That's probably
There's not a
about the
football
time
game.
you
We
want
don't
to
have a
go.
baseball game. We don't have anything
No.
going on, so yeah.
Nope.
No.
Yep.
So you should head down there.
Kate Kaufman, DenverCentralMarket.com. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. It's been my pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Nice
Nice
talking
to
to you.
talk to you.
Hang on, everybody. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. Well, that was interesting. I learned more about the Denver Central Market tonight. See, you've told me about it forever.
Everybody scoffs at me when I talk about it.
I never
A
scoff.
friend of
I never
mine
scoff
loves
at
it
you.
too, and she goes down there quite a bit.
But did they scoff originally?
She didn't, no.
Okay.
Because she knows Jeff.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend, fiance, is good friends with Jeff. So
during the break, you assured me that parking wasn't a problem.
parking is not a problem.
And that seating and waiting is not a problem.
I've never had to
now,
wait for
I'm
a
sure.
seat.
Now, when do you normally go? So, like if we went,
I've been on a Saturday
if we
night,
go, if we go
Sunday
tomorrow
afternoon.
between say 5 and 6, do you think we'll be all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've been on a Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, Saturday night, Tuesday night. You know, I've been down there at all different times. I haven't had any problems at all.
The one thing I did want to say that I didn't.
What, ice
Yeah,
cream?
no. I love you. Everybody knows we love Erica. Every time I hear somebody talking about Rhino or Lodo, I can't get over
The
whole
conversation
the whole
we had a year
conversation we've
ago.
had about
FOCO,
right. We're all trying to be like, come on, we're not New York, and we're not
Right.
trying to be New York.
Lodo, Slow
Right,
Low,
Greenwich Village,
Low
Soho,
High.
blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Let's come on, people.
it's getting
Let's
worse
just,
and
yeah,
worse.
it is
'cause
getting
now-
worse, isn't
especially here.
Yeah, it's getting worse. And
there's one down here now, down south, that they're calling it. What is it?
well, aren't they calling us over here where they've built all the new stuff? Aren't they calling that?
Some weird.
Yeah, that's got some funky name to it
Yeah.
now too.
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah, please just
Just
stop
stop
it.
it.
Give me the address, and that's all I need to know.
Exactly.
In fact, can you name all of the ones?
No, like why?
Baker.
Baker
That's
what?
that's one of the neighborhoods.
It is Baker neighborhood. Yeah,
All right.
that makes sense. It's not, not shortened. Then there's Sunnyside
or
Sunny.
yeah.
I think it's just Sunnyville,
Sunnyville or something, right?
like that. Sunny neighborhood or.
Federal Heights is actually a municipality, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Highlands.
Highlands has been Highlands forever.
Right.
And you know why, right?
Well, yeah.
Why?
The
You
mob.
tell me.
The mob.
No, it's not.
Why?
It's called Highlands because all of the streets are Scottish or Irish.
Oh, I guess that's right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I was
that's
thinking
why
of
it's called the
Italian,
Highlands.
yeah.
Not well, and the mob was Italian. Duh.
Yeah. Just shoot me tonight. Just shoot me.
No, I don't want to shoot you. I'll feed you ice cream though.
Do you have ice cream?
I don't.
You know, by the way, I have a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
You need to restock your bar.
I did. I put more whiskey out there
Oh, when did you put the whiskey out?
last week.
Okay, well maybe it was.
And we're hoping
maybe
to
I
have the
missed.
gentleman on who provided said whiskey.
Okay, maybe I missed it just before you put it on there because the other day I went trolling.
We need to get tequila in there.
Yeah, because I needed something in my at the time.
Yeah,
Diet
JoJo
Coke.
and I were going to open up the whiskey, but never got around to it because he already had a bottle open. So.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of whiskey back there. There's still rum, but you're not a rum drinker.
I'm not really, but I could put some in a Diet Coke.
Yeah, there's rum
Yeah,
back
that'd be
there.
all right.
There's rum back.
And
Somebody
you
finished
need
off the
and you need
tequila.
snacks. Snacks. I want you to load up on
I have
snacks.
pumpkin seeds back there from Heirloom Pumpkin
Oh
Seeds.
yeah, well, we got a new batch of.
Yeah,
from
so I'll
Heirloom.
put those out.
Yeah, I got the ghost pepper ones and took them home.
Oh, I took the turmeric and lime because I had given
love
those
the ghost
away.
pepper.
You do?
Yes. You didn't
You
like
just-
those?
Not particularly.
I really like them. And the other thing I like about them is They satisfy your craving for something spicy, and because they are so spicy, you tend not to eat as many of them too.
Yeah, I didn't find them overly spicy, but they were good. Put them in cottage cheese or something; they'd be awesome. Have you tried them with other? Huh?
No.
Right now?
No. Yeah, like right now.
Can I go home and get my dogs first?
Yeah, just
The
meet me at
cats
the
will be
house.
fine.
I'll grab my dog and let's go.
Okay, let's go. Where would you like to eat?
I know Tamara just came back and
The shed.
and she was with our daughter and they start texting me photos of Orlando's and I'm just like,
Your
I need
evil,
a
evil
new
women.
Mexico fix.
You want something fun to do this weekend?
What?
Go to Pumpkin Nights up in Adams County.
Tell me how that is. Sing it, Kate.
From above.